Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are we all doing today? My name is Liquid Hotshot. We're back at it again with our HOI4 Millennium Dawn playthrough. In the last episode, we took note of our GDP beginning to skyrocket as a subsequent factor of all of the different civilian factories that are being built within our country from foreign investment. So that's great. We're at 1.2 trillion in GDP. I believe just I think 2 episodes ago we were sub a trillion. And then a few episodes back, we're at 27,500 GDP per capita, which has now risen over $4,000. We also what's the word? Decreased the corporate tax rate, and thus it allows. I believe there was a factor somewhere in regards to tax. So, if we actually have less tax, we get more, or more through more investment. Sorry, into other things. There was a comment earlier today. What is it? It's 1 p.m. now, British Standard Time for me. It was 10 hours ago now. So we're looking at 3 a.m. There was someone, let me get the gentleman's username up, asked basically which do we make more money off at the minute? Is it civilian factories or is it offices? Now, it was a Danny TIA Easy. So thank you for that insightful comment. Let's have a quick look whilst we're at it. So income wise, we go corporate income. We have eight office sectors and 31 civilian sectors. So if we take those two numbers, okay, I did actually prepare myself for this recording stretch in regards of having a pen and paper available. So that's 4.067 billion from civs, and we've got 31 of them. Let's pause the game as well, just in case any more get built. And we have income of 1.883 billion from office sectors. And we have 9 of those. So then, if I just grab my calculator up, we're doing a bit of maths here on. It's a Sunday for me, and I'm going to be recording the next 6 to 7 episodes all in one sitting. So, yeah. So, calculator time. So, what we want to do is if we do 31 divided by 4.067. I've done that wrong. It needs to be times. Sorry. Or if we just do it in the big ass number. So 31 divided by 4,000,000, that's 4 million. And then 0, 0, and 0. Oh, so my calculator only goes up to 400 million. But if we are having a look at that mathematically, so you'd be, if I try to do this off the top of my head now. So by the looks of things, we've got 31 civs, but we're making 4 billion from those. So that would mean to me, every civ is making around 1.12 billion. No, that's can't be right. Oh no, it would have to be. Math isn't my strong suit. If I figure out, Ah, I'm going down a rabbit hole. Fuck it, chat. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole. I'm going on to the old Google calculator on my other screen. Okay, so watch out, Gita. You're sitting on all my numbers. There you go, kid. So, let's get the numbers back for me. Feels though this is like almost like a little bit of admin, guys. So we're at 40,400, 4,040,400, 4 billion divided by 31. So each Civ factory makes around about 1.29 makes 129 million, give or take a few tuppence. And then if I have a look at the office sector, so we've got 1,800,000. That is 100. 180,000, 1.8 million, 18 million, 180 million, 1.8 billion divided by 9 office sectors. You're looking at around 200 million. So, the answer to your question, fine sir, at the end of the day, is... Gita, what are you doing, darling? Go on, go on, go on. Not on my desk, not today, sorry. So the answer to your question, Danny, is if you are comparing them 1-to-1, office sectors make you roughly about 80 million more than civilian factories. And I do apologise, that was like the first 7 minutes of us just doing maths, but Hearts-Fine's like that sometimes. You gotta do the ratios, you gotta do the maths. EU4 players, on the other hand, they're doing equations and figuring out the will to live. Okay, so yeah, the GDP was skyrocketing last episode. I would like to go up to substantial safety net, like I said. We'll wait until our weekly balance is up to about 1.9 million, billion with a B actually. And then we'll go over there. We should have... Yeah, so our Civ in Slovakia has finished being building. The Civ in Lithuania has still got 300 odd days. But some of these are going to be done within like the next month or so. It's absolutely great news. We did kind of talk about in the like comment sections briefly. It was more like a joke, like because I'd got these guys out who are now battle tested. That's the top they can go to. We will get out another. Well, we'll get out 3 once, and then have you deploy to the Kaliningrad pocket. Motorized army, lovely. And then what we'll do is if we split it and then do 5 twice in, I'll say in this state, that can be our military training area. And then we're going to have these guys sit on like the Belarus border as well. But there was like a joke, you know, when we're going to war with Russia, because we're making more money than Russia. Russia's obviously got so much debt. But they do have, militarily wise, like an army that is vastly superior to ours. Even with us beginning to build the 1995 main battle tanks and the 4th gen multi-roles and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of like a joke when we're going to attack Russia, but in all seriousness, in regards to switching ideology, right, we are still kind of popular with the people. We have a nationalist outlook. Now, that is... doesn't actually say which party that is. Is that the LPR? I mean, we could go for the LPR, do a little nationalist push. And then we stayed on track though. If we were to change path and go down here, we would have actually had like a lot more things we could do, right? Like with all of this stuff is like the right wing path, if that makes sense. Now I don't know if, yeah, obviously we can never take that now. So I reckon for the time being, we're actually going to stay democratic. So the PO is which party? You are the Civic Platform, liberal centrist. And then you are the PIS, the PIS, which is the conservative law and justice, is dominant Polish National Conservative Christian Democratic Party. Now, I think that makes sense. So you are... So these guys need to be in power. So I think by the end of the year, our aim will be to potentially... Obviously, we're going to have our leader retire here at some point. And then we're going to obviously try and push the other guys to love us more. That just seems like such a dumb thing to say, but you know, hey ho. Let's go night vision. Now, do you have a piece of this pie? So you part of your Western outlook, and you are... See, there's no way for me to, like, see, like, which... Gita, what are you doing? What are you doing? Knock it off. Yeah, there's no way for me to actually see, like, what piece of the pie they're actually in, which is a bit frustrating. Actually, like, if we went down the PIS path, right, and then, like, stayed with them until we got through all of this, and then we come down to the PO, and then they develop this side of stuff, and then it's like, oh, okay. Okay. Right. I feel as though, like, we haven't passed any time, so I'll jump up to 5 speed just for a little bit here. Moldova's had some elections. Good for Moldova. Cybersecurity infrastructure is falling behind. Yep, that's most likely because we have 3 research slots, mate. Just saying. So, the civs have been built here. Mazovia is going to get 2 extra office sectors, and then we're going for our rubber factories in Lower Silesia. And I think, actually, it was down here, wasn't it? Yeah, that's max in that state. I think we go Lower Silesia and then Silesia in general. We'll get some of those going, up and cooking. Ooh, actually, though, before we do that, let's do you and you first. That way it doesn't take them as long to do everything. And let's max out the infrastructure. Make sure we are... We've got things going for us, basically. So get those two going, decreases the construction time by 5%, or increases the speed of which you construct by 5%. Whichever way you want to see it is both valid. We have just finished the 1 trillion research. If I come down here and show you, as you can see, is now unlocked. We are now able to spend 51 billion. 51 with a B. That's going to cost, just writing this down, as of episode, what is this, episode 13, it's going to be 51 bill. So if that number goes up, we will know it. So they were talking about cybersecurity. So let's go down cybersecurity, right? We are encrypting stuff. And then we need to get advanced computing, extra research speed. And then we've got... Oh, I tell you what, having more than 3, it just makes you feel like, oh my gosh, we're actually getting somewhere. Okay, so we now have nuclear technology. Let's go for Magnox. Magnox reactors are designed to run on natural uranium with carbon dioxide gas as the coolant. Earliest types were constructed in the late 1950s right into the 70s until light water reactors replaced most of them. Its simple design and low power density made it a safe and cost-effective reactor for being a Generation 1 reactor. Well, let's go ahead and do that. And then, sooner or later, we'll be able to start making some nuclear power. Hopefully. We are at 1.9 billion, so... thinking of increasing the... you see, I want to increase the social welfare, right? The budget that we spend on allowing people, like, oh, if you don't have a job, we'll support you, that sort of thing. But, on the other hand, I do want to invest into other countries. Factory output... Aha, and then we go down here, we can increase our network infrastructure. But that's 2010 for 4G. So I think if we do that one now, that's out of the way, we get more factory output as it stands, and then we just have to wait like another 5 years before we can take these techs. So it makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Sweden has now left the European Union. They are no longer part of our cool club. Korea has 11% influence in the Czech Republic. That is wild. Wow, and Slovakia is a nuclear state, yet we're not. Sucks to be us right now. Nah, we're all good. We are all good. They might actually start investing soon. They have 31 billion in the treasury, no debt to spend or to pay off. AI loves to like get rid of debt, like before improving the country. I would much rather like pay off the debt over a long period of time and improve the country, right? That just makes sense to me. Because realistically, the number's not going to go down like super quick. You know what I mean? So, just makes sense. Yeah, we'll have your satellite communication. I believe there's still a war going on inside Afghanistan. There is. Afghan Northern Allies against, obviously, the Islamic Emirates of Afghan. And would you look at that, my game crashed. I'll be right back, guys. Apologies about the crash there, folks. Yeah, we were just having a look at what's going on in Afghanistan. The US is still over there. They're suffering from heavy attrition. Naturally, it only makes sense. The rest of the world, though, looks relatively tame. Obviously, there are still the big wars in Africa going on. In the Horn of Africa and then in the Congo area. Asia is looking about as normal as you could probably get, other than the fact that Myanmar are at war, and then yeah, Myanmar are at war with two different countries. I don't know whether they're like rebels or what have you. So I was just thinking whilst my game was reloading about the main battle tanks. So like, is this a good division? 160 breakthrough, decent hard attack. Or are you the main battle tank? Oh, so you're the tank battalion, and then you're armored infantry. And what sort of organization have you got? 29. Now, humor me for a little bit, folks. If we go over here, edit you, then we duplicate you, so we can kind of edit it and just figure out what's going on. We'll leave that there. So, if we just, like, take it from, like, a base thing of, like, we want to just build this division from the ground up. And we say, like, tank basis. So we can base, like, all of our other tanks on this. So we only have 41 Army XP at the moment. So ideally, we need to be pumping out these divisions and training them. But we're going to save that for the time being and just allow that. We're going to edit this one and make this into a proper tank division sooner or later. I mean, even just look at this: 2 tank battalions, right? And it goes 11 kilometers an hour, 26 AUG, which actually isn't that bad, but they don't have that much HP, right? But it's still 84 main battle tanks for those guys, and at the minute, we're only making 2 weeks, so that would literally take almost a year just for those 2 battalions. Interesting proposal. What do we get? 20% chance we go to up to slight corruption. Do you know what? Why not, right? Yeah, we just got 200 free per local power. Thank you very much, game. Not normally a gambler, but in that case, you can't really say no to a bit of extra PP. Considering I'm making 3.5 a day as well, that's kind of insane. Let's do a little bit of a pro-Western propaganda campaign. And let's get rid of you, because we are actively working towards the rubber plants. And then I think I don't see any reason why not to, right? To yet again dig for even more resources, like, because we don't have a right lot of everything. Or assign extra funds for military. Factory output goes up by 15%. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. We can join the EU. We're in the EU. Oh my giddy aunt. I know the last time we had a look at these, we couldn't join the EU. So that's pretty amazing. A European Asylum Agency. Oh, let's have a look. EU Parliament. Okay. I can't see yours. What does ours look like? Looks like a torch, and it just looks like the Poland flag as well. Okay, so what we're... Charter... so most likely it's just going to say yes. We will vote yes for this asylum-seeking deal. But that's going to have to be time for this episode. I do apologize, it's only been like 5-6 minutes since the crash. So yeah, so in today's episode, we kind of figured out like the comparison of like one office sector compared to civ sectors. And obviously those figures will be also dependent on your corruption, how much money you can actually get, how high is your tax, all that sort of stuff. But for me, that's about right. But yeah, if you've liked the video today, please do drop a like down below. Subscribe if you're new and want to stick around for more. More of this will come out every single day at 12 PM British Standard Time. So if you're not sure when that is, give that a little Google. And yeah, I am now on holiday, so I won't be at my computer for like the next week. So the videos will still come out, but I might not respond to comments as quick as I might like. But yeah, with that being said, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.